Hello, Mohammed. How are you? I hope you're doing fine.
Hi Aparna ma'am, yes I'm doing good. I'm excited for this interview.
Okay. So, can you tell me something about yourself to begin with?
Yes, so my name is Mohammad Safiullah. I was born and brought up in Bhubaneswar. After completing my 12th in science stream, I joined Gandhi Institute for Technology in mechanical branch. And during the 4 year of my course, I was very much involved in many projects, seminars, and I was working toward learning new technique and technology regarding mechanical field. And at the 4th year, I was submitted a project in my final year, which was very much appreciated, and I got a second prize in the project competition which was held in our college. Then I went for placement. Advis Engineering was the company which hired me. I worked there for 1 year, and I was appointed as a graduate trainee engineer. And I was given a work for the maintenance of the sites and their mechanical machineries which were on their on-site work. And in 2022, when the COVID lockdown happened, so at that time there was little crisis in the companies, and we eventually decided to opt out from the company and switch to the other company. So there, it was not a spontaneous response. When I was working, I was involved on many volunteering work, and I was also going through many certification courses, and which was inner call was there. I need to do more with my skills. Means the mechanical core part was my calling, but I felt that there are more things to do and I can do better and I can have more skills for that. So I opted to join an NGO, and the job was offered for me because I was volunteering there for a year and I had a goodwill with the company secretary, and I joined there and continue as a work, which helped me to learn more about management, dealing with peoples, and dealing with how organization works. Because there was in NGO, you have to deal with most of the people, and the work was very much different from my past work, which also gave me a challenging and learning part on that. And then I had inclination toward doing MBA, so now I'm pursuing for that. Thank you.
Okay. So, you said कि you joined an NGO. What was your work profile? Were you into social work or were you into management side of the NGO?
So the NGO didn't have much of the staff. So I and there were two more people who were given work to do. So it was not a particular thing that I have to do a fixed set of work. So I have to do the management thing also. And most of my work was revolved around digital work, because at that point of time we are not allowed to go for physical on-site social works. So I
Yes.
had taken the responsibility of taking the NGO to digitize. We had started few shows which were storytelling shows on
What was
online
the
YouTube
cause of this
channel.
NGO? What cause were you working on in the NGO?
I was a volunteer there for a whole
No,
year
no, I'm
and I was
asking कि,
involved in, okay,
what was the cause
one
that
minute.
your NGO was working for?
Cause. So our NGO was working for children welfare. We have free library set up throughout Odisha. There are 17 libraries. The main library was in Satyanagar, and we worked around developing children's skill, like listening to stories, reading books, giving them more other than academical knowledge, so that people can grow holistically to the poor and the nearby children which were accessible to the library.
So now you tell me कि what you were doing with the digitization part as you mentioned. Now it will make more sense for me to understand.
Okay. So before COVID crisis, we are having workshop for children on storytelling, readings, and other things. But due to the lockdown, the children were stuck at home. So we need to give them that proper workshop knowledge that we are giving earlier through digital medium. So I was in charge to how to take that storytelling workshop and other things on YouTube and other platforms, so that people can access to it and the children can have that same knowledge and that they were enjoying earlier. So I was given the whole charge of the technical part, the background part, that how things will happen, who is going to be there, which platform to choose, and how to coordinate between the storyteller, the children, because we are going live. So it was not a recorded one; it was a live session, which was more challenging because we have to take care of many things. on the live session. So
What
this was
do
my
you
major
think was
part. And
the most important challenge that you faced? What was the major challenge that you faced in this kind of scenario?
so the major challenge was the live session, because at that point of time we have to take care that everything goes fine, because uh, once the internet because there was a lag between the storyteller or anything, then the experience was very bad for the children, and the children have very less attention span. They would switch to other thing to watch. So we have to make it interactive. So at that point of time I made sure that it was a thing that we had a recorded also backup, so that in case any failure you can play the recorded session. We have to coordinate between the storyteller, and it was an interactive one. I have to play many more videos, slides and other things, so that children are engaged with the storyteller through their voice telling and also visually appealing. So all these things had to be made beforehand, which I was in charge.
Okay, okay. Uh, you mentioned something about securing second position in some project in your introduction. Can you
Yes.
tell something about that?
So in my final year, we had to submit a project for our eighth semester. But I didn't. I wanted to do something new for it. I want to innovate something that was not done earlier. So I switched to make a bucket lifting elevator. So the concept was very new. It was on an experimental stage. So, but I took that challenge, so that I just want to know, okay, how far I can go. So we had a team of 8 members, and we developed a prototype of elevator. Like if I say, you can see the escalator in the malls. What happened? A motor is used to move that escalator, so people move from down to up. So what we did, we joined two escalator, and we maintained it's like a weighing scale. So I have to use my hand just to make understand that in the weighing scale, that in the traditional we see that if two weights are equal, it's remain constant. But if you put even 50 gram to the other side, it lifts.
Yes.
So a movement occurs from down to up. So we use this mechanism and the elevator to join two, so that the water from one side would pour over the other, then other will lift down. Then when the other will lift down, they were connected by a simple gear system, so that the movement will also make the first one to move. So it just needed a static first friction to move it. Once it is got a kinetic energy, it moves
Mhm.
continuously, and the effort, the motor will be used, but the energy and effort will be reduced by 70%, which we did experimentally, and it was successful. And we had submitted this project also to our college, so that they can improve it more and go for a patent or anything else if can be made in a large scale, because we had did in a prototype which was
Mhm.
very think that it need more of a time, but due to the time constraint that I have to leave the college, so I had left that to our juniors so that they can continue and work on that. So that was my project.
Okay, okay. You had mentioned in your CV that you have done some certification on business analytics and text mining modeling.
Yes.
Can you tell me something about this? Little bit of brief
Yeah.
about this?
So there was a buzz buzzing around in 2019 about data analytics and many things. It caught my mind, and I wanted to know more about it. That how can a data help companies to grow? So I enrolled for a course in Swayam, which is provided by the Indian government, and it's a very good course that I got from IIT Kanpur. That the business analytics, how you can use that, how the data can help you to analysis some pattern, to so that we can find the downsides of a company, or where they are lagging, or those blind spots that we cannot see in our day-to-day operations, but the data can say it well. So in the course I had enrolled, they were very theoretical. The examples were good, but I saw this thing and applied in my work where I was working as an NGO. Because when I was working in an NGO, we are dealing with YouTube, and YouTube has lots of data that shows us the analysis, so we can understand that how many that the data showed us to let us know the children's spam time, that how many minutes they are watching and they are switching again. So that course helped me to understand the spam time of children, because in real we cannot know who is watching and what, but the data shows us that how important it is to make our content crisp and short, so that that time span can collect the children attention, and we can make better videos for them. So that course helped me in this way. and another course was text mining. I couldn't applied on my real life, didn't got that opportunity, but the text mining thing was interesting because we see that from data what we get are not systematic. We have to arrange them, we have to clear them, filter out them, and there are lots of work to be do. The text mining does that. In text mining, if you take up a like example of Flipkart product comments.
Mm-hmm.
So a product may be having many comments and we don't know the word may be used by anyone, it may be good, bad, and we cannot characterize to what to who one said. But if we take all this sentence and there is a method called tokenism, we divide this word and segregate. Like a good word may be good, better, fantastic, and all this frequency can give us that a product is a good product or a bad product without going through that whole comments. So this is a very good application of the text mining. So that was learned me from that course.
Okay, okay. Can you tell me about any current news that you have gone through? Anything?
So the recent correct news was the COVID vaccine news that everyone is was expecting that how sooner we can get the vaccine, and the Serum Institute was declared, and now like 10 lakhs more people are vaccinated, mostly government hospitals employees and other front working workers. So the news was very exciting, but at the same time there were question arise that the vaccines were not tested properly to their third levels, and they were just haphazardly giving to the others. But you can the thing is that we have to trust the government and the institute. Maybe we are in a hurry, but that is also necessary because people need to be get immunized, and many people have given that trust to the people that how that is working, because the CEO of Serum Institute, he himself got vaccinated. Many big personalities vaccinated themselves, so that the trust given to the people that the test is going on to the third stage, but people need to take that vaccine, because as a country we know that this is a very large population. We have to initiate early to get vaccinated to the everyone. So keeping the instance and every situation, the decision may sound good or bad, depends on personal issue, but as many big personalities are involved and the government is involved, we have to trust them and take the forward step which is necessary for the welfare of the country.
Okay. Okay. So, Mohammed, would you just last question? Tell me two or three of your strengths which you think will make you a suitable candidate for MBA.
Okay, so my strength, I would say that I am very much interested in having ideas from all the sector. Like I would not say I'm a person who will go to a specific topic and get expertise in it. My expertise will be taking ideas from all the sector and articulating it and finding something in between that. I think businesses need to be management have to have that idea, because you have the expertise people on particular domain, but the management needs to know that how to articulate all those field and make a curated one, like the teamwork thing. Every member of the team have a specific skill, but the team leader needs to know how to use it and when to use it, and have to have the idea of that specific it. Maybe he not is an expert, but he has that idea. So I'd like to take that. My strength is taking ideas of different field in chunks and in small parts, and trying to make a bridge between them so that I can take the maximum output from it.
So that was one of your strengths. One more.
Yeah. And another strength will be like analysis part. I was very much into understanding things and the data, because what I saw, it was my past experience. If I have given a set of a set of data, I can find pattern between them. If I am given a set of random things, I can make something new out of it, and which I have done earlier also. So this has helped me to curate new ideas regarding the existing things that are available.
Okay. Okay. Fine, Mohammed. I think we are done with the interview. So,
Okay.
just okay. So, Mohammed, we have ended with the interview. Uh, So your interview went fine from my side. But I would like to know what you felt about your interview. What do you think? Where you did well, where you lagged a bit. What do you think is your feedback to your interview?
From my side, I would say I gave my best. What can I say? And I think I have given up to the mark, and I hope that my answers were satisfactory to you.
Okay, fine, fine, fine. Okay, so I'll share my feedback with you. Mohammed, what I felt in your interview was your answers were prepared. You know what you are talking about, but your answers can be made a little bit more crisp. Okay, so like you gave your introduction part, you could have reduced it a little bit by not describing every aspect of your like work experience, NG experience, by not describing. See, an interview is more like it has two purposes. One purpose is to help you become at ease because you are nervous. So but when you're talking about yourself, so you will tend to become at ease because you know yourself, you can talk about yourself. Okay, secondly, it is a very good opportunity for you to give the interviewer a chance to ask you questions. You should be able to give leads to the interviewer. Yes, I have done this, I have done this, and you can ask me questions on these points. So if you frame your answer like that, it is going to be in a better way. What lacked in your introduction part was that you described everything in the introduction itself. So it went very long. Secondly, interviewer did not get a chance to ask questions. So you have to give a chance to the interviewer. Okay, that was the first point. Secondly, keep your answers crisp. Keep you have prepared answers, but they need some fining. I mean, they need some changes to be done so that they are more crisp. It's a bit elaborate right now. You can jot down points that this is what I have to talk about, and then simply say those points rather than building a context around it and then saying it. That is not the correct way of saying it. So, for example, you mentioned about the analytics certification. So, you gave a context of what data is about, what data analytics is about. That was not as much required. You could have right away started ki what were your learning, what you gained out of it. So, that was what I wanted to know. Okay, because you can expect the interviewer to be aware of such things. Such courses are already going on in so many colleges, so the interviewer is very much aware of these things, and you need not get into the basics of that. You can tell about your learning. Fine. Lastly, I will say
Okay.
ki, one more thing that I felt was the current news that I asked you. So always when it is a current affair or any general knowledge or any social issue, any issue that you're talking about, it is better to stick only to the facts. Do not try to give your opinion over there. So you
Okay.
mentioned ki we should trust the government, we should do this.
Mm.
That was your opinion. So do not give
Okay.
your opinion on that. Ki just stick to the facts. Yes, so vaccine has come out. It has been released by this institute, and these are the problems. These are the benefits. So just state the direct facts, which are common knowledge. No opinions at all. Lastly, do prepare 2 to 3 strengths and weakness of yours supported with an example. So strength supported with an example, weakness also supported with an example in the terms key, how did this weakness hinder your progress in some way? So it may be small, it may be big, does not matter, but it should have created some problem to you. That is why you feel that it is a weakness of mine and I need to improve upon it. So what are your steps of improving upon it? Do mention that as well if asked. Do not mention weakness until and unless it is specifically asked.
Okay.
Okay, any questions you have
Okay,
for me?
ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you. I'm good.
Okay, I hope, I mean, if you have any questions, you want to ask me something, you can.
Ma'am, I don't have any questions for now.
Okay, fine, fine, fine. Okay, then, thank you, Mohammed. It was pleasure meeting you. All right, thank you, all the best.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.